Initially, David Cope's death looked like a tragic accident. The Natick fire chief told the Metro West Daily News the fire did not appear suspicious when it happened 14 months ago. But suspicious is the exact word being used to describe the fire now. We've learned investigators have been quietly conducting an intense criminal probe. Questions. On Longfellow Road in Natick, there's lots of them. Number 29 has looked like this for more than a year. The $1.3 million home torched and in disrepair.
Heavy fire showing both floors. We're attempting a rescue on the second floor.
Harvard Law scholar David Cope died in the overnight fire last January. His wife, attorney Sandra Bodden, made it out alive. The couple also owned an apartment in Cambridge. This was their second home. What do you remember about that night?
Well, I just remembered it was just a horrific scene, and then the fact that somebody lost their life. It's just a horrible memory.
Joseph Zenke and his wife live right across the street. This is the view from their front porch. He says investigators, including ATF agents and canine teams, have searched the property multiple times and questioned neighbors. This picture is from last spring, this one from August.
The question really is, what happened? Why did this occur with a brand new structure when we were told it was not a workmanship, it was not a malfunction, equipment failure, a man lost his life in it, and of course it's still sitting there as though it happened yesterday.
25 investigators learned search warrants have been issued in this case, but all the paperwork is locked up tight. In April, a Framingham District Court judge ordered that all documents related to the warrants be impounded. In her request for that order, Middlesex DA Marion Ryan called the fire suspicious and wrote it may be presented to the grand jury for possible indictment. Would investigators have to have a good reason if they're going to go ask a judge for a search warrant?
The authorities have to have some legal basis and enough probable cause to obtain a search warrant.
Mike Vergon is a retired ATF agent and certified fire investigator. He says accidental causes are typically ruled out before a criminal probe, and sometimes these cases end with no clear-cut answers or resolutions.
Rarely do you have an eyewitness to someone actually taking a light or a match and setting something. It's very circumstantial. A lot of science involved. These things aren't taken lightly. They have to be very thorough, and they have to be able to prove what they're setting out to prove.
The public court documents do not name a target of the investigation or any suspects. We contacted the Middlesex DA's office and the Office of the State Fire Marshal. Both tell us the fire remains under investigation. This story started with a tip. If you have one for 25 Investigates, call our tip line or send us an email. Your identity can be kept confidential. For 25 Investigates, I'm Ted Daniel.